Another side quest podcast, a detour worth taking. And today we are talking about the studio that made an entire generation of anime fans forget how to breathe.
I'm not even gonna lie. Picture this. It's 2013. You're watching a giant wall crumble in slow motion, and there are titans. Just titans. Lumbering toward the camera with these dead, hollow eyes, and the animation is doing something you've never seen before. It's moving like a film. Not a cartoon, a film.
That's the hook. That's the moment. Because before Attack on Titan dropped, people weren't really talking about Wit Studio. Like, who?
Exactly. And now? Now they're one of the most respected names in the entire industry. So, Wit Studio, the cinematic risk takers. Let's get into it. Okay, so quick origin story because it matters. Wit Studio was founded in 2012. And here's the thing people forget. They didn't come out of nowhere. They spun off from Production I.G, which is already a legendary studio. So there's serious DNA here from the jump.
Right. They weren't starting in someone's garage. They had the foundation. They had the resources. But they also had something Production I.G couldn't always give them. Creative autonomy.
Okay, that's exactly it. The founding team, led by producer George Wada, wanted to build something leaner, more intentional. A studio where every project could be treated like it mattered, not just content on a schedule.
Which, okay, is incredibly rare in anime production, because that industry runs fast. The turnaround timelines are brutal.
Oh, they're punishing. And Wit knew that going in. But the breakout moment, the pivot that changed everything, was obviously Attack on Titan in 2013. Season 1. That was their statement.
Their declaration. Like, here we are, here's what we do, try and keep up.
So let's talk about what makes Wit visually them, because this is the part I genuinely love. When you watch a Wit production, there's a specific feeling you get. The camera isn't just observing the action, it's participating in it.
Yes! The vertical mobility scenes in AOT, the 3D maneuver gear sequences, those aren't just cool action shots. They're engineered. Every wire, every swing, every rooftop graze is choreographed like a dance.
And the speed lines, the way they use motion blur and dynamic line work to create the sensation of speed, it doesn't feel like a budget-saving trick. It feels intentional, cinematic. Like you're watching someone who studied action filmmaking and then decided to draw it.
The weight! Can we talk about the weight? Characters in Wit productions feel like they have actual mass. When a Titan steps down, you feel it.
That's the hybrid production model doing a lot of work behind the scenes. Wit is really smart about how they blend traditional 2D animation with 3D CGI elements. And the key is, they don't let the 3D feel cold or detached. They integrate it in a way that preserves the hand-drawn emotional texture.
Which sounds technical, but honestly just means it doesn't look gross. You know those shows where the CGI sticks out like a sore thumb?
Oh, I know exactly what you mean. The jarring polygon crowd. The crime against aesthetics.
Wit figured out how to sidestep that almost entirely. And that's a technical achievement that doesn't get enough credit.
Now, the masterminds. Because studios don't just happen, there are people behind the vision. Tetsuro Araki directed Attack on Titan, and he brought this relentless visual intensity to every single episode. The guy understands tension. Like, structurally, rhythmically, he understands how to make you lean forward.
And then you've got Wit's work with Hiroshi Seiko on the writing side, and the character designer Kyoji Asano. The aesthetic cohesion across their flagship projects is not an accident.
The catalog itself is genuinely stacked. AOT seasons 1 through 3, that's their era. Iconic. But then there's Vinland Saga.
Okay, hear me out. Vinland Saga. Okay, if anyone listening hasn't watched Vinland Saga, I'm looking through this microphone directly at you.
The intensity of that stare.
Because that show is a masterpiece, and it proves Wit can do gritty historical drama just as well as apocalyptic action. The animation in the Askeladd fight sequences, come on.
And let's not sleep on the ancient Magus Bride, which is a completely different register. Beautiful, melancholic, almost painterly. That's Wit showing range. That's them saying, we're not a one-genre studio.
The tonal range is what makes them special. From the raw brutality of AOT to the quiet sorrow of Magus Bride. It's the same studio, same DNA.
Okay, so legacy. Where does Wit stand today in the global anime conversation?
Honestly, they're in a fascinating position. They handed AOT off to MAPPA after Season 3, which was a huge moment. And a lot of people were like, does Wit still have it?
And then they released more incredible stuff. So, yeah, they still have it.
The handoff actually freed them up in a way. Because AOT was an enormous production, handling that season after season, it's a machine. And when they stepped back, they could take new creative risks.
Which is very on brand for a studio that literally named itself on the concept of independent vision. They didn't chase the biggest contract. They chased the most interesting work.
Wait, there's something genuinely admirable about that, in an industry that will happily grind studios into dust for a deadline.
On the horizon, Wit has ongoing projects and theatrical ambitions that are worth watching closely. Their involvement in collaborative international productions, including their work adjacent to Netflix anime originals, signals they're not staying in a box.
They're evolving, and that's the mark of a studio that has longevity. Not just a hot moment, an actual trajectory.
So here's my honest take on Wit Studio. What they represent philosophically is as important as what they've produced technically. They are proof that you can build something with intention inside an industry that doesn't always reward it.
And they took risks. AOT was not a safe bet in 2013. The source material was intense. The production demands were insane. The budget pressure was real. They went for it anyway.
And we got the wall collapse heard around the world.
We really did. Okay, recommendation time. I have to talk about Spy Family right now because I will not survive if I don't. If you want something that proves anime can be funny, heartfelt, and genuinely warm without sacrificing any style, watch Spy Family immediately. It follows a spy who has to fake adopt a child and fake marry a woman to complete a mission, except the kid is a secret telepath and the wife is a secret assassin, and none of them know each other's deal. It is charming beyond all reason. 4.5 out of 5 stars. The other half star is just me being stingy.
That is the most sky rating I have ever heard.
I stand by it. Go watch it.
All right, that is a wrap on Wit Studio, the cinematic risk takers. If this episode hit different for you, subscribe, leave a comment, tell us your favorite Wit Studio moment. I genuinely want to know.
And if you're new here, welcome to the detour. It's worth it, we promise.
Another Side Quest podcast. We'll see you on the next one.